Sparkling apple juice awaits the winner of this race because we are in Abu Dhabi and champagne is not allowed.
Is it not?
That's right, because it's an Arab country. So,
Oh, I did not know that.
qualifying was dominated by a newcomer, Jimmy, who set a lap time that...
None of us could touch, basically.
Yeah, frankly, he made us all look like kindergarten children frolicking around in the sand.
Well said.
With a 140.5.
That is incredible lap time there from Jimmy.
Goofball with... And I saw it myself, Goofball's lap was absolutely flawless, and he was 2 seconds down. Megatron was just a whisker off Heathy's time in third place. JJ, another couple of tenths down. This was an incredibly close qualifying session, man.
It was incredibly close. We have Mono.
It's like 200.
That's 200th of a second down on Jay. Myself only
a tenth down on
Mono.
It was incredibly close. Weddy was in 7th place. Maurizio was 2.7. Xeris very, very close to out-qualifying Maurizio. And Frag in 10th place with a 144.5. Unfortunately, disconnections for the Blez and Alistair puts them on the last row of the grid. And so now we move to the grid, and the lights are on, and we're about to be underway.
And we're off.
And we're off. Bit of nothing until the first corner, and we're just waiting to that first corner. Hopefully, not too much carnage.
Oh.
Very close to Xeris, Alistair, Madbird.
I know it was
Getting some Weddy on the outside. And Alistair's, nearly hitting Frag. Frag comes around the outside. Alistair's coming through in 11th place. Don't know where the Blaze is. Way back. We're coming into the chicane. And they're 3 wide, 4 wide going into that chicane.
Madbird is being slammed from side to side going through that chicane as he's being buffeted from all sides.
He's being hit by Maurizio. Mauricio's gone sideways.
Sandwiched between 2 cars. Oh, and spinning
Mono's
Mono's out.
Looking behind, and
that is a damn shame.
Frag and Maurizio have just gone zooming past. I cannot
Oh my
believe
goodness.
what happened there.
That is immense. That speed on those cars is just incredible.
I do not know what's going on here. This is just incredible racing. We've got cars 3, 4 wide. 3 cars have gone off on the kink, and Alistair's got his hand up in the air as Maurizio comes through on the chicane, and he holds the position. But Frag is up ahead of Alistair.
Look at that pack in front of Madbird. There are 7 cars all squished together.
We've got Megatron and Frag almost side by side. Alistair's diving down the inside of Megatron, and Frag's come through.
Oh,
hands up in the air again.
Bumped Frag, and he's back into it. He's maintained his position.
Madbird's catching up to Xeris, the Ferrari, and Frag's gone wide.
Oh, Xeris has bumped Megatron. Madbird has bumped Xeris.
And Alistair's gone into 5th place, so he's got through that gap, and he's just gone off the track!
Oh my goodness.
And
That is, and Madbird has punted Megatron.
Oh, did you see how close he was?
slid directly between the cars. That was incredibly close.
That was amazing. It was, and Alistair's just been hit from behind.
Spun around.
Xeris has gone through.
Madbird passes through him.
I need to catch my breath.
That was the most exciting race start I've ever experienced in my life.
Megatron has gone through on, so Alistair's dropped back to 11th after that spin, and Madbird's up to 9th, chasing down Frag.
Indeed.
And Alistair chasing down Megatron. Megatron looked like he
Megatron
went wide and
teleported
then teleported a bit back
using
onto
his
the racing
transformer
line.
powers, I believe.
Here's one hell of a transformer.
Madbird right up Xeris' ass, who's right up Maurizio's ass.
Meanwhile, back in 9th and 10th, Alistair's right up Megatron's ass, and I think Megatron enjoys that.
I think Megatron always enjoys a little bit of a touchy-feely up the ass.
But we're not quite in DRS territory now, but Alistair's got the straight line speed in this corner, on this straight, and he's up ahead of Megatron into the kinks. So 9th place is done, and Madbird's just up the road, and that's very, very deep. I am bleeding from all of me.
Yeah.
There's not a good place to be bleeding from, all of you.
And it looks like Xeris has made a little bit of a mistake there. It's got Madbird right on his chuff, coming through the inside, and that's almost position done. But Xeris has come around the outside. Alistair's catching up to Madbird. He's right up his gearbox, and it looks like, well, what does it look like?
It looks insane, is what it looks like.
We've got a 3-car train: Xeris, Maddie, and Alistair.
If these guys get into DRS territory like this, it is going to be daisy chaining some DRS, something fierce.
Well, look out next lap, because
bits of wing on the road there. Madbird just driving over them.
DRS is going to be activated on this coming lap, so that is going to be one hell of a straight.
Looked like Weddy went incredibly wide there on that corner.
He does that. It's something that he does. As we enter the first corner, and there's a few cars go a little bit wide up ahead, but the main pack is There's a train of about 6 cars. Or it might even be 7. No, 6 cars.
No, 6 cars.
Contesting these positions. As Alistair's catching up to Maddie. He's very close there, and a bit of a different line from those two drivers. Bit of contact there.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
But it allows Megatron to attempt the inside, but he doesn't quite get it. So DRS will be available on this straight. You have to think.
They're pushing to keep within a second of Zeros, and DRS is on.
DRS. So we've got about 5 cars within 1 second of each other, all with DRS on. I think Maurizio is the lead car in this pack. As down the inside,
dives and slams into Zeros.
Very, very close there. Zeros seems to be about a foot above Mad Bird, and that's allowed Alistair to get the run on those two. So he's got DRS, and he's alongside.
Again, many DRSs are being had.
And Zeros has just disappeared. I don't know where he went there. He's gone down the inside, and cars are ghosting. I do not know what's going on.
Alistair
4 or 5 cars off the track.
Punted Mad Bird into Zeros because Mad Bird just phased into him, apparently.
So no one's fault there. Weddy's flying in the air. Maurizio up ahead there. I don't know what's going on here. And Zeros is up ahead of Mad Bird again. So a ding-dong battle going on between Zeros and Mad Bird.
Mad Bird just can't match the Ferrari straight line speed, I don't think.
Alistair's on the gearbox of Weddy, so Weddy goes a little bit wide there, under pressure, and he loses the position. So Alistair's into 6th. Mad Bird still chasing down Zeros. I can't believe what I'm watching here. This is just incredible.
It is some incredible racing going on here from all people.
And the Blaze sets the fastest.
Oh my god!
Alistair's lost his front wing. Maurizio broke yours early for the corner.
Alistair has slammed into Maurizio and
surely the safety car would have to come out at this point. I cannot believe it.
You would think so. What's good?
Ferrari's gone into the side of them. People.
Mad Bird has lost his wing now.
Lost his front wing, and I think the red flag is just about to come out because that is
the messiest race I've ever experienced.
That is about 4 or 5 cars. Just their race is completely ruined there, and so following that red flag, we've gone into a one-shot qualifying. So briefly glossing over the results from there. Alistair with a 142.9 sets pole position, followed by the Blaze 2 tenths down.
Megatron in the second row, another 10th down from the Blaze, with Maddie a couple of tenths down behind him.
Maurizio, very close qualifying session. That 6 tenths separating the first 5 cars. Heathy 1 second back, a little bit further back down the grid.
With Mono another 10th down from him, and Weddy and Zeros 3 and 6 tenths down.
JJ 3.4 seconds back. Frag 5 seconds down, and the Mercedes heads out the grid in 11th, and we've lost Jimmy, which I don't think anyone was
incredibly upset about it, no.
But we head to the grid for the restart, a completely different grid from the one we saw 5 minutes ago.
It is incredibly different.
It'll be interesting to see whether the Blaze or Alistair comes through the first corner in the lead, because the Blaze has the inside line.
Indeed, but unfortunately the Blaze's internet connection has not shown flashes of brilliance.
No way, Megatron got a fantastic start. He's up there with the Blaze, and Mad Bird side by side with the Toro Rosso of Maurizio, I believe it is, and very nearly contact there. In fact, I think there was
there's a bit of bumping, but no one went off, so...
Megatron's gone back a bit, and Alistair's in the lead with the Blaze very, very, very close behind. So 3rd place for Maddie, ahead of Maurizio and Megatron, so that will allow him to perhaps have a go at the Blaze into bit of contact there.
Bump the Blaze, but just drop back a little bit, make sure he's okay. And
Mini bump.
Mini bump.
Mini bump, and Megatron has taken his teammate into the hairpin.
Anything for anybody.
And we're coming into the final section of the first lap of this race, and the Blaze, you can see, is so close to Alistair. I don't know how Alistair isn't shitting his pants, but lucky for the Blaze, he's not shitting his pants, because honestly,
that would probably affect the track surface.
It would, you know. Oh, we're a bit wide there. Certainly struggling under the intense pressure being applied by the Blaze at this point.
Indeed.
As Mad Bird tries to chase them both down, probably hoping for a little bit of contact between the two.
Probably, even if there was no contact, usually when you're having to concentrate on battling with someone else, your lap times do suffer because you're not concentrating on doing the best racing that you can.
That's right, you're racing a defensive line. But he's gone! He's gone!
He is gone on lap 2 of the race. That is incredible, because now Mad Bird has been catapulted from 3rd into 2nd place with Megatron behind him in 3rd.
But there's a long way to go yet, and you don't get points for leading.
No. Except if it's at the end of the race, in which case you do.
But Megatron very close behind Maddie. 5 tenths behind. Half a second. He'll have DRS on this lap because this is the first lap that DRS will be available to the drivers.
Fastest lap there by Alistair.
Madbird, meanwhile, sets a lap time, sets a sector time that's exactly the same as his previous one. But Alistair's just gone wide. He may be having issues with his tyres. Battle for the lead, very, very close now. 1.7 seconds. It was out to 3 at one stage.
It was. Madbird has reined that back in. Bit wrong there from the young
Oh, and there goes the bollard. It's flying through the air.
There needs to be a baseball sound effect, I think, when you hit that one.
Home run.
Possibly hitting one of those ships that has Etihad written on the side.
Yes. So, DRS territory has been entered, and that will make it increasingly difficult for Alistair to get away.
Should be able to get the next one.
No problem. Fucking shit.
Alistair goes deep.
Alistair's had a fairly big lock-up on that corner.
And the gap is academic now because you can see just how close. You can see
Alistair
coming out of the exhaust of Alistair's exhaust pipe. Shapes out. And once again, Alistair goes wide and allows Madbird just that little, 1 or 2 car lengths in front.
Oh, Madbird goes wide. Oh!
Jesus, that was very close. He was close to losing it there. A little bit of opposite lock to get the car back under control, and a couple of car lengths that Alistair lost on the first corner have been gained back. So it's trading blows here between the two drivers. Megatron ready to pounce, but Alistair is heading into the pits, so he'll relinquish the lead to Madbird as Madbird heads through the final corner into the main straight.
A little bit of oversteer there again, but
par for the course. And off come the old options and new primes.
Megatron's still lurking. He never goes away, Megatron. No. Except for just then where he actually did go away from the map screen, but
yes, which is what happened.
And not having to worry about someone being right behind him is definitely helpful.
And he's got a carrot dangling in front of him. Bit of a lag there. What's going on with Madbird? Madbird's come to a complete stop. That is crucial for this strategy.
I believe he missed the pit entrance and
coming into the pits.
Was teleported back by the magical F1 powers that teleported him back to the start of the pit entrance.
Having some issues with the feed. Goofball, Heathy's gone through into 5th place. Lost the feed from Alistair.
Alistair's helmet cam seems to have failed, so...
So, Madbird comes out of the pits in 5th place. Megatron's just up ahead, he hasn't pitted yet. Alistair looks like the net winner in that. Weddy's in the pits. Alistair's in the lead. Megatron's second. Weddy temporarily in 3rd, but Maddie's now taking that place.
So that
the fastest lap of this
Anyway, Madbird crossing the start-finish line here. About 5 seconds behind.
Baseball commentators sound like this.
Just underneath 5 seconds behind.
The count is 5-0, and I'm commentating on the most boring sport that ever graced God's green earth. But I don't care because I'm old and I've watched this sport since I was a wee young boy in 1932. Purple sector there for Madbird.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm a little bit out of my depth commentating on Formula 1, so I'm going to go and disappear and let Alistair back into the commentary box. Take the gaffer tape off his mouth, and I'm just going to walk right there. Hey, oh, sure, you can go back. Oh, thanks. Yeah, okay, that's better. So I've said goodbye to him, to, I think his name was Leroy.
Madbird only 3.1 seconds down now on the leaders, and Jay's 3.5 seconds behind him.
It could be any one of these 4 drivers is in the box seat for this win.
But Jay's has gone into the pits, so pressure is off.
Pressure's off for the time being, and the gap has increased in that lap, so...
he can concentrate on catching up with Megatron and Alistair.
Alistair and Megatron certainly picked up the pace in the last lap or two. They've, they're not falling victim to Madbird just yet. You're touching my face with your fingers. It's so cold. Oh, do you have circulation in your... in your body?
That's why they're blackened and gangrenous.
Oh! Megatron!
Megatron has had a very similar accident to what Madbird had.
Megatron was coming in the pits. The gap had decreased between Megatron and Madbird on that particular lap, but as Megatron went into the pits, he entered a restricted area, and the same teleportation issue that beset Madbird only a couple of laps earlier.
Indeed, it has happened again, and
So once again, another break for Alistair. When was that?
Madbird racing like a pig at the moment. He said he's sliding all over the place.
Meanwhile, Alistair's like a pig in shit, lapping it up, I believe. So Alistair's peeling off into the pits. You can see as Madbird comes around the final corner and passes Alistair and through the main straight of this.
Alistair up into first position, very close to the pit wall there.
Madbird's in first position now.
I
hit the wall.
Well, 12 laps to go. Madbird.
2.7 seconds. Sorry to cut across you there, Madbird.
No, that's fine.
2.7 seconds behind Weddy, Alistair. So on the fresh tyres,
Well, yeah, I
I
was going
think
to
that
pit that lap, so
Alistair should have Weddy on
had a different strategy.
the next lap or two.
He should. With 12 laps to go in the race, two stoppers are going to be making their second stop in the probably next 3 or 4 laps. Lose time to
Alistair is 3/10 behind Weddy, so it's very close between those two.
incredibly close going through that corner, as you can see on the map. And we all know that.
And he's got by the looks of it. Just looking at, unfortunately, we don't have the vision for you because we've lost the footage, obviously.
According to the official standings, Alistair has moved up into second position.
Megatron's got by Weddy. That's he's 3
That was sort
seconds.
of inevitable, as you can see on the map. They're incredibly close, though.
He's 3 seconds behind Alistair. So Alistair the meat in a Ryan white bread sandwich at this stage.
That hairpin not treating Madbird the best.
But Alistair taking a second lap out of Matty. Matty, I'm sure, will be looking forward to coming in for some new tyres.
Good for Madbird.
If Madbird can come in soon and get a couple of quick lap times.
I think Madbird is going in.
And he hasn't gone into the restricted zone, so he'll need that. So the 4-second gap will probably not get any smaller now. Well, of course, Alistair's going to go through into the lead, but Madbird's got brand new options.
Come off, and those brand new options go on.
While Madbird, and he's gone onto rich fuel mixture, and then one of the fastest corners in the track. He likes to do that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he for some reason he decides to test himself and switch between fuel mixtures while he's going through very fast corners.
Using one of the 6 billion knobs on the steering wheel that we discussed in the last race. You can see him coming through. At this point, he'll probably be stationary, getting his tyres fitted on. And he'll be wishing that speed limit in the pit lane wasn't so slow, because it looks like Madbird is going to have him quite easily here, coming into the first corner.
Of course, that Abu Dhabi pit exit is incredibly long. It's
Under the tunnel
and up the side.
Madbird's up ahead, and Alistair's coming out just behind him. So it looks like 2-3 seconds.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's not much though.
That's quite incredible.
It's not much in a F1 race.
It wasn't the 4 seconds we thought it might be, but
or even the 5 or 6. Whoa!
But Alistair's gone into the wall somewhere and destroyed his vehicle.
Alistair has crashed coming out of the pit exit, and
what happened?
That is a
that
shocking
has thrown this
events.
race wide open, because Megatron now has the lead.
And Madbird is gaining on him, and Megatron still on some old primes, I believe. So. He'll be one.
But this changes everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the safety car is going to be coming out this lap, and that will completely nullify the result. So the question is, will Madbird come? He's got new tyres, but will he come into the pits for newer tyres? Because that's what everyone else is going to do.
There's not really any reason not to go in for new tyres. The entire field is going to be condensed, so even if you're at the front, it is no guarantee of being in front.
Well, it depends. If Megatron comes in for tyres, then Madbird would have track position. So if Madbird was to not pit, then he would be in the lead of this race. However, with tyres that are 4 laps older than the next person.
Indeed. Megatron and Madbird both gone in for new options.
Probably the smart choice. There's no way those new options will. There's no danger of them wearing out before the end of the race.
But Weddy has stayed out, and
that's a surprise because he was on fairly old tyres.
He's on very old primes.
But he's put himself in with a real shot. If he can keep the cars behind him, he's put himself in with a real shot of winning this race, because although he's got worn tyres, he's going from 3rd to 1st. So, safety car. It's the first time the safety car has appeared since the Italian Grand Prix, which was before our coverage of this event started.
Indeed.
As Madbird picks up the safety car. It's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting. There's no doubt about that. And I think we missed it, but Madbird has switched back down into lean fuel mixture for this.
Yeah, no point having rich fuel mixture when you're trundling along at 100 kilometers an hour.
No, definitely not. You could save some extra fuel that you can use to get ahead when you can.
So those brand new options at this speed, they won't be at racing temperatures. So kind of weaving back and forth a little bit, trying to get some heat into those tyres, keep the car in top-notch form.
Definitely don't want to overcommit to a weave though and spin out as we saw back in Italy. Mabber switches back up into rich fuel mixture. He wants to get off to a good start.
He should be able to keep on rich for the rest of this race as Megatron becomes this, or as Weddy becomes a safety car, and now he's the race leader.
Having a look at Weddy.
And Megatron very close behind him in the first corner.
Again, just the
very close to Megatron.
gap has already been created between Madbird and the next.
Sparks flying over the top of Madbird's cockpit.
There is incredible amount of sparks coming out from many cars at this instance. Just so much speed.
And Weddy's just pushed it a little bit wide. Megatron might have the chance to enter the slipstream and get a pass into the kink, but Weddy's got too much speed on those with that Sauber Ferrari engine, I think.
Mabber gaining on the Toro Rosso with his straight line speed.
He might have the inside here into the curb, into the chicane, sorry, but he doesn't quite.
Bit wary about contact there, I think, Madbird.
And Mono is challenging for fourth, so it's another one of those cases of, you know, you're going to make the pass work or you're going to get past yourself.
This could go any way at this stage. This is many contenders.
In 3 laps time, we might be saying Mono is the victor, but
Megatron has shot across that corner.
Very wide. Looks like that was a failed overtaking attempt, and that's allowed Madbird through, and certainly that's a real shame for Megatron.
That's a big shame for Megatron because he was right in this.
Megatron's not panicking here. He's won quite a few races before. He won in Australia, he won in Germany, and here he is alongside Weddy, and he may well have the pass done. And it looks like he's got it. He's got through the inside, through the chicane. Weddy's coming up the inside.
Gone a bit wide in that corner and has allowed Weddy to come back up the inside again, and Weddy has taken the position back. So
fantastic racing here.
Some fantastic racing
Madbird
here.
Worried about his fuel. He's knocked back down to standard fuel mixture. A little bit of contact there.
But not enough to punt Weddy, thank God. Would not want to have that sort of.
So Weddy took a golden opportunity to take that place back, which is really the best time to take a place back is immediately after you've lost it.
Indeed. So if someone looked away from the TV, or they were perhaps getting a handful of popcorn, they could possibly even miss
chips,
that you'd
salt and vinegar chips.
Indeed, or any variety of snack.
Weddy's got a defensive line around the outside. Madbird, that is not an overtaking place, but he's made it stick at this point. Weddy's still got the inside, racing side by side through this. This is not an overtaking place, but he's made it work somehow. I don't know how he's done that.
Weddy broke incredibly early on that first corner when he was trying to take the inside line, and Mabber just slid around the outside.
And it looks like at this point he's made it stick. Weddy will have DRS on this straight, so you know, with 2 laps to go, 1.5, it's not decided, but
bump back up into Ridge for the straight. He wants to he wants to build that gap.
He'll need to, because Weddy is closing on this straight, and you can see him emerging from the sparks. Madbird finds his braking point perfectly on that particular lap, and he's got the curves, and he's got everything at his disposal, and it looks like he's pulled a gap. Weddy's slow on that particular lap. In fact, I think Mono might be close. They're side by side.
They're side by side going through that corner. Weddy's still holding onto the position, but. It's close. He's holding up. Weddy is holding up Mono, which can only help Madbird at this stage.
So there's all sorts of battles going on.
I believe we're hearing that Weddy actually span coming down the straight there before the second to last corner.
Weddy's retired from the race, so
he after that spin, I think he understood that he had no way to get back in the race and just slid straight back into the pits and said,
"It's all gone wrong for Megatron. It's all gone wrong for Weddy." And Maurizio will be happy to pick up a few points and perhaps begin to close the gap to Megatron in the...
Only 2 races left after this one.
I mean, it has to be said, you probably will need a DNF from Megatron in order for Maurizio to claw those points back. I mean, at this point, what are you thinking? You know, if you're Madbird, are you just enjoying these last seconds?
If I was Madbird, I'd probably just be sitting back. And I would definitely still be concentrating, not wanting to mess up at the last moment. And that was wide.
Because Mono is certainly racing very fast. You know, it's closer than I ever thought he'd get, but he's not going to get
not close enough, and Madbird goes across the line.
Madbird wins in Abu Dhabi. So apple juice for Madbird on the podium. And we're looking at the results here. Monoman 2nd place, Xerus 1st podium in 3rd place. Megatron ended up getting the better of Maurizio's. JJ finished a solid 5th place. Frag in 7th with the Mercedes, and Heathy, unfortunately, very out of character for him, way down in 8th place. A race of attrition is Weddy DNF, Alistair DNF, Blaise DNF. That's
Indeed.
As many DNFs as we've had in recent races.
That is a high toll to have been taken on a single race, but sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, Alistair.
That is, and you know, to be honest, I wish that cookie was in my mouth and not crumbling in Abu Dhabi, because you know,
they're probably not even allowed to eat the cookie anyway.
No, probably not. They probably get rice paper and cordial, and not the good kind of cordial, not coddies.
No, not coddies. Some sort of like no brand black and gold cordial, which even when you water, even if you don't water it down,
or no frills.
Yeah, no frills cordial, which even if you don't water it down, still tastes weak
probably
as shit.
yeah. If they get flat Sprite, they're excited. Anywho, we've totally enjoyed your company today.
Totally.
So next race we're off to, well, we're actually into the final 2 races of the season. We're off to the Americas.
For the circuit of the Americas, indeed.
Yes, so the first of the final 2 races is in North America, in Texas, and we'll see you there. We're looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it. It is going to be exciting. I've never raced at circuit of the Americas before, so.
And neither have I.
I've been Mad Bird.
And I have also been Mad Bird.